But pyramids are booky.
It's crazy because you don't think like there's a significance to it, because we've been told there's no significance to it.
Yeah.
There was like an experiment that they did to see if any of our modern equipment could lift one of the blocks.
Yeah.
And they couldn't. So how are you telling me?
So how did they
I feel
do
like they
it?
were
How did
more
they do
technological, either more technologically advanced, or aliens. Hi guys, welcome to the Soul Cafe podcast.
Hey dudes, how are you? How are you, mate? I was saying, how are you?
You can't even ask me how I am. We've basically spent most of the day just
having paranormal experiences.
We scared Eden and my friendly ghost Cecilia made an appearance.
No, you know what they did? They I don't know, they pulled like a little bit of a prank on me. Like they were banging on the walls and like scratching. Like, I don't know what was happening, but I think Rakavi activated Alexa to do some scary sounds because really? I'm not joking. When I tell you my heart dropped and it was like it was so creepy. I didn't like it. Rakavi, never do that again, please.
I mean, that takes us to this week's episode of Unsolved Mysteries, as we'll never know who activated Alexa. We also won't know the deep dark truth of the earth. I didn't speak English just for a second.
Okay, well, we're talking about Atlantis, the lost city of Atlantis today. Sorry, I keep moving this. And we're just going to discuss some theories that we kind of picked from the internet and TikTok, and we're just going to kind of think about, talk about our own perspectives, what we
think in our head
as
about
well.
Atlantis.
And just make a conversation out of that. So yeah, where should we start? Where should we go from here?
Where can we start?
Well, first of all, do you believe that Atlantis was really a city? Do you believe that it was a real city?
The thing for me, right, is let me start with a little preface of this. For me, it starts with the fact that NASA, before they were a space station company, they actually explored the ocean. What stopped them exploring the ocean and just yeet themselves all the way to find a different planet, somewhere else to live on? What did you see down there that creeped you out so much you don't want to go back?
Yeah, that is pretty spooky. And only 20% of the ocean is figured out,
20%.
Solved, or
20%.
That's nothing. You can't tell me that it's not, until 100% of the ocean is discovered. You can't tell me that, for example, Atlantis isn't real, or mermaids aren't real, or I actually have always believed mermaids are real, and I know that they're
overwhelming.
A thing,
there's overwhelming evidence, and it might be fake, but there's a lot of things that the government says is fake that turn out to be true.
Yeah, exactly, and that we know that they're not going to tell us the truth. Come on!
If they told us the truth, it would cause some sort of uprising. It would stop us being in this mundane state where we continue to follow
control
like robots.
I think we can see that. It's kind of crazy because this has been happening for hundreds and hundreds of years.
And we're
this
just
whole
okay
hierarchy
with it.
thing. Yeah,
I hate it.
But why though? Why are people okay with it?
We're so conditioned and brainwashed to believe. School systems, they're very flawed. They're very, very flawed.
Yeah,
they're completely brainwashed.
I think everyone.
Have you ever seen the people that make the comparison between school and prison? The bell goes, go get food. The bell goes, go to class. The bell goes, do this. That bell then becomes stuck in your head, and that's when you start doing things. And I kind of feel like that bell that dictates your life, you kind of then just use it for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
People who eat lunch at 1 o'clock because they eat lunch at school.
Yeah, it reminds me of what was it? We learnt it in the Pavlov. You know,
the Pavlov's dog.
When you rang the bell, has nothing to do with it, but you're kind of
it is brainwashed, exactly that.
The bell rings, you go to class, or the bell rings at a specific time of the day, you have your break for a specific amount of time. The bell rings, you go back to class, and you're dismissed by the teachers, or the bell, It's just crazy. I don't know. Oh, it's the way we went off topic.
It ties in. It all ties in, to be honest. I don't think they would tell us. Do you want to talk about what you know about Atlantis?
I don't really know a lot, to be fair. All I know is that
Atlantis, she doesn't know a lot, and then she has a whole notebook of things that she knows.
We just did some research on TikTok, because we send, not just today, but we send TikToks to each other all the time about crazy stuff about the universe and stuff.
Continue.
Okay.
I apologise.
But it's just crazy. Like, I always, even when I was younger, I used to think, oh yeah, Atlantis. Like, I think it would be so cool. There's a movie called Atlantis. It was an anime movie, not anime movie. It's an animation movie, like Disney animation movie. I saw like a little bit of it, and it's so good. Like, it's so good. Like, it looks really, really cool.
I
And
trust you.
it tells you, watch it. Honestly,
I'll watch it after this.
It's a
When we
good
finish,
Disney
I'll watch it.
movie. But yeah, I don't really know a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, okay, no. I mean, we can learn with you guys. We'll take this as a journey.
Yeah.
It's because basically one of you guys put in the comments that you wanted to see more unsolved mysteries, and lately we've been talking a lot about the Earth, and you know, with the whole spiritual movement that's going on, we thought let's talk about, you know, what's right here, what's right in front of us that we might not see. Okay, so there's a lot of different things that people say Atlantis is. Atlantis, the idea of Atlantis originated with Plato.
Yeah.
You guys know, I think everyone knows the Greek philosopher. If you don't, he's just this Greek dude that has a lot of wise things to say. I don't know, I feel like we just idolise people. Okay, that's besides the point. It's me always going off topic. But anyway, so he said, and a lot of people thought this was just like a thing that he was saying to make us realise that this perfect city can't exist, right? But then, if you look at the fact that we don't even know, like you were just telling me as well, that we don't even know what's in our Earth's crust.
Yeah.
We assume.
Yeah, like we were watching this. Oh, I was watching this video, and then Rakavi came after. We were watching it, and it was saying like this man. He was saying how, they like people. They were like digging to see like what's like. It's just a theory. Like the Earth's
Core,
layers and the core. It's all just a theory. Like they don't. I mean, you've never been there before, so how could you know? But they were just saying like it got too hot to us at a certain point, so they couldn't dig anymore. But I still don't think that there's nothing underneath. Like I don't think it's just like molten rock and fire.
Like think about
lava
us, right? We
I
have
just
like
don't think it's that.
think about
There's no
the
way.
fact that us as a planet, we have like to protect us from whatever not, we have like the ozone layer.
Yeah, exactly.
What if it's their version of the ozone layer? Like,
Exactly. Oh my god, imagine that. That would be so cool.
but then if you look at Atlantis as well, it might not necessarily be called Atlantis or be exactly like Atlantis. And it might not be a city submerged in water or a lost city at all. We talk about the
Hollow Earth theory.
English, right? Hollow Earth theory.
Yeah.
The fact that the Earth is actually hollow, and there's been a lot of like evidence.
Imagine
per
if
se.
it was hollow. What would that mean? Like,
I mean, it doesn't change. I mean, people in the comment section might get mad and be like, you know, you're not being dumb.
you don't know what's going on.
You know, these are just theories.
No, they're just theories. They're just discussing theories.
I mean, there might be. Just think about it. The fact that we can't go to certain points. What if they're entrance points? Like,
We
you
were
were
just,
literally
like,
just saying this to me as well.
for example, it's weird that nobody is allowed to travel to Antarctica. Isn't that weird? Like you're not allowed. You're like so.
So
I
you
saw
can get
some.
like a guided tour around it, but you can't
Yeah, but
necessarily
you
go
can't
in.
you know explore on your own and do your own thing unless you're like a scientist or doing some kind of project. Like you need some serious like information or like stuff like that to be able to do that. But it's just weird to me. Some people I saw there was a TikTok video. That's the way we're just advertising TikTok.
Guys,
There was
we
a
do
TikTok
not condone using social media in an unsafe manner. This is not an ad. I'm joking.
We just follow so many like spiritual TikToks and like mystery ones. Like
Yeah, like just informative.
we have the same For You page. I mean, we
mad.
discuss
It's
it.
mad.
But what was I saying?
You were saying, I actually don't know.
Oh, I do. I remember. There was a TikTok and I saw a comment under a TikTok and some people were like, oh, that must be like the real Area 51 because Area 51, I mean, of everyone, wait, is it Area 51? Yeah, it is Area. I thought I said some random number for a second.
It's Area 51. It is Area 51. It is
I
Area
don't know why I
51.
was thinking another colour for a second. Another colour, another number.
Imagine we don't see colour.
I'm okay. But yeah, I was just thinking, like, the government, yeah, I feel like they will expose some things. How do I say it? They'll expose information. You'll know what they want you to know.
Yeah.
So they'll never push it to, like, for example, when I hear about leaked documents and stuff like that, I don't know, something spooky about that because, like, I don't know, I feel like it's not gonna just get leaked like that. Like, it's obviously purposeful to cause, like, mass panic or something, like, to avert your attention to that one thing while something else is happening. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it just,
so you're
it
not
like, I
stuck
feel
on
like
it.
everything is done for a reason. I don't think it's accidental. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's just, I don't believe anything anymore. Like, it's so crazy.
I don't blame you.
It's like questioning everything about everything. It's insane. But I don't know about Atlantis. I just feel like
It could be what's
was a
inside the
city.
hollow earth. Like, people say people down there are like godlike, and
Yeah.
they're living life the way it should be lived. What's the word? Yeah.
Yeah.
fine.
Why are we so like why can't we
Questioning our
talk?
English.
But yeah, like I think Plato said that. He was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
They're like
people,
godlike, they're
they were
perfect.
godlike, they were perfect, you know, they lived in harmony, everything was
Because if
great.
you think about it from
Not
an
what you'd see
outsider's
today.
perspective, the way we live is ridiculous.
It is.
Like, it's stupid. And there's people like, oh yeah, you're just afraid of hard work. No, you shouldn't have to work
You're not
60,
actually
70
supposed
years
to work
of your
as
life.
hard as we do.
Yeah.
I was watching, this is probably irrelevant, but there was a video like about wise old people, like wise things that they say, and one of them, this old man said, I wish I didn't work as hard as I did. Like, I wish I didn't give
So much
my
time.
energy and time to like corporations that don't even care about you. Like, you know, when you have a job and you work for a big like job, like a, you know, you're giving so much time and energy, and think about how much you get in an hour, for example. Like, it's just not worth your time. Like, your time is so precious, and it's going. Did you see my eyes?
You guys are
moving?
worth more than £9 an hour.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, £9.
Exactly.
Like-
Some people are living off like 7.
You know, for like
Pounds an
when
hour.
corporations
What?
pay people like a salary, that corporation banks like 4 times what they pay the person.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. And it, like, the price of inflation, if you look at it, keeps going up, but living wage and minimum wage doesn't go up.
It doesn't.
It doesn't match the price of inflation as it should. And when the older generation decide to go, oh yeah, by your time I was saving for a house, for this, that, you didn't have to struggle like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you didn't have to work full time. You could have gone on to college on a it's not necessarily to us, but mainly Americans, I think. You didn't have to work like that, and it's bad. It's mental. Like, having an education used to be so important. Like,
Yeah.
and I understand the appeal, but now it's like, okay,
it's not as
I can get a
important
degree,
anymore.
but then I'm just gonna end up at McDonald's anyway.
The thing is, I think education
It's
so
flawed.
it is important, but I'm not talking the like the system, you know, that have
What
been
we
like
have.
put on by the government. That school system is bull. Like, honestly, I it's just not great. But self-education, reading books, like educating yourself in, for example, something that you love, that is important. Because I
We
mean,
should be pushed to thrive
fill
for
your
our,
time
like,
with great things.
passions.
Exactly, like fill your time doing something that you actually love doing. Like, read books that you actually are interested in, instead of, oh, I have to read this for this purpose, you know. If you like, don't waste your time. Like I said, like, time is precious. Like, you could not even be here tomorrow. Like, that's a bit deep, but like, it's true. I can't say it. You can't say that you're gonna be here tomorrow, because I don't know if we're
When
gonna be
we
here.
start realizing that we're not going to be around forever, time becomes something so precious, and we need to make the most of it. And it's so hard. Like, we say this all the time. We say, like, let's go on holiday, let's do this, let's do that.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to
So
get out of
many
the
things
cycle
get
that
in
you're
the
stuck
way. So many things. Like, I get scared, because what if like my job doesn't let me? I will just quit. I honestly, if we are serious about going away, Rakui, I'm not joking.
Go away,
I'm
we're not
quitting.
coming back.
I'm quitting, and I will hope to find another job, or maybe we just
Fine.
find a job there. Because at this
I'm
point,
serious.
the only thing that's holding me back is uni. But anyway, that's a conversation for another
Yes,
day.
we're talking about Atlantis here and the Hollow Earth. But speaking of the Hollow Earth, what did you say that people saw it when they saw Antarctica?
Oh, pyramids. There was people who did end up seeing that. Like, pyramids have always been such a crazy thing to me, and I know a lot of people think this way. Like, pyramids are such, like, oh, it's just so interesting. But basically, they're such a mystery. Like, it's so crazy. But they saw pyramids, but like ice pyramids, basically, just like you would see pyramids in Egypt. They were like ice sculptures shaped like, what is it called? A pyramid.
Yeah,
Like a pyramid.
like a pyramid.
Yeah, I was gonna say a triangle, but it's not a triangle.
Do you
it's
know?
like, but pyramids are beauty.
It's crazy because you don't think like there's a significance to it, because we've been told there's no significance to it.
Yeah.
There was like an experiment that they did to see if any of our modern equipment could lift one of the blocks,
Yeah.
and they couldn't. So how are you telling
So
me?
how did they
I feel
do
like they
it?
were
How did
more
they do
technological, either more technologically advanced, or aliens.
Yeah.
Have you heard that theory where they're like, that place was for aliens? The
Yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah.
thing that happened there was aliens. There was so much technology, and isn't there like some kind of signal that goes to beam through?
I
the
was
top
thinking
of it?
about that as well. I was thinking like there must be like
yeah.
a signal, like there must be some kind of, it's like a beacon to
Yeah.
let them be like, I don't know what it
Something.
is, like I don't know what it is, but you know when it makes sense in your mind, like
Yeah.
it makes complete sense in your head and you feel like you've been there before, or you feel like you just
There's
know
something.
it but you can't spit it out, like it's so crazy.
It's crazy. Like, how do I say this? There's also a theory that like Egyptians had Wi-Fi. We know that Wi-Fi was something that was recently discovered, but according to like some people, there's some blocked off chambers. So in that, there's technology that we don't even understand.
You know, in the, is it called hieroglyphics?
Yeah.
Hieroglyphics? Yeah.
The writing.
Yeah, like the writing, but they also have like drawings.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
drawings, and there's actually like aliens. Like
Yeah,
they're
things
not
that don't look
human
human.
looking. They're
Yeah.
not human looking basically, and they're not animal looking, but they look like people, like what we would consider aliens, you know. And it's just it's telling you a story, but they don't like, you know, they don't really share that a lot on like social media. Sorry, not social media, like they're gonna be like no, like, you know, for example in documentaries or stuff that you would see in YouTube. But isn't it just, I don't know, yeah, I just
get you.
don't
It's
think
crazy.
that we're the only like
There is no way, guys, that
There's
we are
no
the
way.
only thing in this
living, like
incredibly big place that we
there's no
exist in.
way I don't know, there's just too much to unpack with like that kind of theory,
And it's
I'll
like,
believe it until it's proved wrong.
yeah,
like-
it's like when you stop believing, you become a part of the cycle, like of just going through life.
Yeah, like keep your mind
in a
open to
miserable
things,
way.
even if it seems like, I'm not saying like make sure you believe in everything.
No, obviously do your own research and have a look. But
Yeah,
for
just keep
real,
your mind open. Don't close it off, because sometimes
there's
they
things
want
that
you
we can't
to,
explain.
you know, be
Like
exposed to
astral
it and then be like,
projection, they wanted us. They told us, no, you lot are crazy. That doesn't exist. And then suddenly, CIA documents get leaked.
that it's actually
It's
a real thing
real.
that you can actually do it.
You need to. Okay, right. There's like 10-minute tapes that I need to show you. They're so good. Like, oh,
God, please
you
do.
guys need to look them up. I'll
What
drop
do
a
they
link
do?
in the
What are
bio.
they for? Like-
So they teach you how to go into the astral realm,
Oh.
and then by each video, it helps you like go in there. But don't go in there now. Apparently, there's like some kind of war going on
Okay.
in the astral realm
Okay.
that's slowly dropping down to ours. And
Okay.
it's not supposed to make a war happen on Earth, but it's supposed to give us a win. I don't know how to explain it.
Are we playing Fortnite? Give us a win. I'm joking.
Maybe a win in the sense that, you know, all the things that people have been fighting for, like be it Palestine, be it BLM, get some kind of justice. Because right now there is complete injustice for everything.
Yeah.
And I think they're just trying to sugarcoat it, like Israel's ceasefire was just them
Oh my god.
like giving people what they want to stop them protesting, to stop them posting on social media, to stop them putting pressure on their own governments. That was just literally that. That's what they do. That's what governments, that's
Yeah.
what like people do, like people in power do to stop you having any kind of say in your life or the future of others.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous. I get mad.
No, it
but
is
it's true.
ridiculous.
It's
No,
true.
it is
It's
ridiculous.
like,
It's really scary how much power the government has over us, just in general.
but the thing is, there's more of us than there is of them.
Yeah.
The-
So if
but
we
the only-
all just
It's like, you know, in that Rick and Morty, it's money. Everything is controlled by
everything
money.
is money. Yeah.
If in that one episode of Rick and Morty where Rick turns on the Citadel, he turns the number from 1 to 0, and the economy just collapses. Like, that's what would happen here. Everyone would lose their mind, but it would be for the greater good of everyone else.
Damn. I'm actually really deeping it because I don't know how I would feel about, like, when you think about it,
Money is not needed. Not
Yeah.
the way it's used. It's a horrible,
it's just
horrible
it's
thing.
something that's just been constructed by you.
Us.
The purpose of it is to control. That's
We're
all
living
it is.
on a rock following
That's it.
God for our
If we
whole
didn't
lives.
have money, you can't have control over anyone, and no one can have control over you. It's just if you think about war, past war, not just today. By the way, war, like, you think today, like, there's no war and blah 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 where you are because you're, you know, you're safe and sound, which is great. I'm glad. Like, we're okay. We're lucky.
Censored to it.
But that's the thing. We see it on social media and it doesn't feel real, but it's actually happening in another country right now. Like,
there's people that don't have the privilege.
Like,
we have to sit here and
it's just insane. Like, it's just insane to think, like, for example, if you didn't have social media,
without social media, it's underreported.
You wouldn't know about it. The news.
Like, if you think about a few
I don't
years
watch
ago,
news like the TV
so
news,
much
people.
happened that we didn't know about, that we didn't understand. And then when social media started picking up, and when you could push these movements that were needed through social media,
Yeah.
mad.
It's just, I don't know, man. Like, for example, like, what's happening in Palestine, that's been happening for years.
Since like
For
1949.
years and years. And I personally am just seeing it now, like, being, you know, like, oh, stop this, not like this should have been stopped.
Can we just say this is
Years
like a clear
ago.
stance? What Israel is doing is genocide. Like,
Oh, yeah. Oh,
this
yeah.
This isn't a war. This isn't a conflict. This is
The
an
fighting,
armed
and I'm
group
saying that in
killing
quotation
innocent
marks.
people with no weapons, with nothing to fight back with. And should they do anything back to them, they're instantly playing victim.
Like, what? Like, do you not? It's just so baffling to me. It's so baffling.
And anyone that says, "Oh, it's a conflict. It's this. It's that." Don't be anti-Semitic, because Jewish people are not the problem. Israel is the problem.
Zionists. Bro.
Yeah, Zionists are the problem.
Zionists.
Like, just a fun fact, I hope, like, this is something you guys should know. The entire world could say, let's help Palestine. For 5 countries, the 5 countries I like the least, not for the people, but genuinely just because of the governments and their actions. France, America, Russia, China, England, the UK, sorry, could say no, and even one of them, like America did, to provide 735 million in weapons towards Israel to continue their horrific crimes on Palestine.
No, that's literally blood on their hands. Like, I'm not even, like,
5 veto countries. These
How can you
countries are the
hate
worst,
that?
and they do not
How?
deserve that power.
that's just. It's not it. It's actually not it, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I just pray. All I can say is, like, I just hope that ends soon. Like, I just hope that it will be free one day. Because it's just intense. Like, everything, it's hard enough to see. So imagine how it is for the people actually experiencing it and have been experiencing it for forever now. It's just crazy.
We'll never understand.
No. And imagine, this kind of links, like, to our last video as well. Like, imagine all that trauma. Like,
They're little kids,
like, yeah,
man.
the children is like, what I mean, everyone, like, God forbid, like, no one deserves to go through that.
They don't
But
know
when
if
you
they're
think
gonna
about the
wake up tomorrow, they
children,
won't have their
like,
parents.
it's just so sad. It's just so sad. But yeah, that took a turn.
It did.
But it's okay.
But like,
It needs to be spoken about. So
say if we did know that Atlantis or something existed, or Hollow Earth
Yeah.
existed, it would give us such a self-importance. We'd throw away everything. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
there'd be a big
you'd think
uprising.
nothing actually matters. You'd be like, wow, like,
It's true though, nothing matters here
let's just live in harmony,
in the moment.
because nothing really matters. Like, nothing actually matters, guys. In a good way, not in like a, oh, I hate life kind of way. I mean it in like a good way. Like,
Money
just
doesn't
live
matter. Don't let it
live
control you,
the
kind of
way
thing.
that you want to live, because you have this one life, and it's like,
Time
whether
is
you
running
like it or
out.
not. Exactly, it's true. Time is running out. Like, every day that passes, it's running out, man. Like, it's like you have enough time, but it's also like, don't forget that you're cutting into that time every day. It's cutting into your life. So just make the most out of it. Don't get annoyed when someone else says something bad. You just, like, it's not personal. Just move on. Like, do your thing. Just do your thing, man.
Your aim should be to live, like, there's a
Live in
quote that's
harmony.
like, what's on the inside reflects what's on the outside, like what reflects the world around you.
Yeah.
As long as you can continue to give yourself these positive affirmations, these positive vibrations, the world around you will reflect the same thing.
Yeah.
Also continue to help others. This world is very
It will
me,
work
me,
like
me,
a
me, 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 me.
domino effect type thing. You know, you do one act of kindness,
Like, you do
trust me, that
something nice for me, I do something nice for another
yeah,
person.
like it really
continuous.
starts like a really wonderful chain, because like doing something sweet for someone, makes them feel special, and it's like, oh, you know what, I think I'm gonna do this to someone else now, and then that kind of causes a chain reaction. It's just like, great, like keep doing that. Like it's just nice.
I love how we went from talking about like unsolved mysteries to all of this. I love it. I love it. I love it.
It's random. It's fine. It's all great. But yeah, I think that's all for today, right? I mean, we've spoken for like 25 minutes basically. I think that's cool. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well,
it was nice talking to you guys again, and thank you for the suggestion for the topics.
Yes,
we
thank
really
you very
appreciate
much,
it.
guys. Comment down below if you'd like anything that you'd want us to discuss. It could literally be quite anything. We're happy to do it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Have a banging day.
Bye.